It's one of the oldest cliches in the book, you know, the sort of thing that politicians like to do on a regular basis. When there's a big breaking story, particularly one that shows a lot of disgrace and discrepancy, what they try and do is give you another story. And that's exactly what's happened with this particular story coming out of number 10 Downing Street today. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today as ever, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers on what is quite a calm day here in number 10 Downing Street after the previous few days of, well, what we've seen is a lot of skullduggery and secrecy. And what's interesting when you look at the bigger picture is it really centres on these two people. Now, it's hard to keep up with the daily scandals, isn't it, that go on behind number 10 Downing Street, but these two, Morgan McSweeney and the current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer. Now, what's evolving and what's developing behind that famous black door is simply this. Well, as you understand, and you may not know this, but the Mayor of Greater Manchester, Mr. Andy Burnham, apparently is putting together a plot to see if he can take over from the British Prime Minister, because he too feels ill-judged and ill-advised, and apparently, according to him, people have lost the faith in the current government. That didn't take long, it's only been less than a year. But the problem is there's one scandal after another. And if you remember, just over a year and a bit ago, when the current British Prime Minister stood outside number 10 Downing Street, he told you that he was going to bring you a government of service. They would be your public servants. Well, seemingly, with all the scandals, including from the very off, if you remember, the fact that his good pal, Lord Ali, was given a parliamentary pass to come and go as he pleased inside number 10 Downing Street, things got off to a bad start. But it's this particular scandal alongside Morgan McSweeney, apparently, according to many, the most powerful person next to the British Prime Minister. Now, you may know the story, of course, of the donations. Where did they come from? Who did they come from? And where did they go? And you've now heard about that leaked email in which apparently the advisor said, just put it down as an error. You don't need to do anything else. Wouldn't that be nice if, of course, we could do the same thing perhaps on your tax return? Don't pay the same amount of money, just simply tell them that it was an administrative error. But of course you can't get away with that. Now they've decided to push even harder. And apparently, according to many, this is the Big Brother era of the current British Prime Minister, because he's planning to push through with digital ID. Now, is this feasible? Is it possible? And will he be allowed to? Well, as you've seen from many different things, this particular government, of course, alongside the current Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, don't necessarily stand on ceremony. They do what they want to catastrophic delight, and suddenly things go from bad to worse. But the bigger picture, and many people are now looking at this, is the scandal surrounding the Prime Minister and Morgan McSweeney is getting deeper and deeper by the day, with more to come over the next few days. And as I said at the start of this video, what one then tends to do is present a bigger story, one that will enrage the public to move on. Digital ID is not welcomed by so many people up and down the United Kingdom, an infringement of their privacy, but of course they're basically trying to say this will be good to help immigration, check people out instantly, help of course with crime, all of the things that really matter to us. Many people behind the famous black door of number 10 Downing Street see nothing more than a distraction, and one that the Prime Minister and his communications person alongside Morgan McSweeney will swing it away from the story that's really important. What do you think? As ever, I'd love to know in the comments below, and if you can, please like and share. Neil Sean, 10 Downing Street, London.